Happy Halloween, Saints. I'm John Berkins.
And I'm Isaiah Burnett, and welcome to SFHS Today.
In breaking news, an arbitrator came to a decision last week that the ISD 15 school board should reinstate Superintendent Edward Saxton to his position. Saxton has been on paid administrative leave since January, and Troy Ferguson has been serving as interim superintendent. The school board held a closed session meeting last Friday and voted at Monday's board meeting to challenge the arbitration award and not reinstate Saxton at this time. Citing data privacy laws, the board made no other clarifications at Monday's meeting. The board stated Troy Ferguson will remain in the position for the foreseeable future.
Also, next Tuesday is Election Day. Students who are 18 and wish to vote can vote during school hours with permission. See the main office for more information and go to the Minnesota voting website to find out where and how to vote. In more news, at the beginning of the school year, SFHS added new security measures for people entering the building. I spoke with Principal Donnie Thompson about the changes.
Hi, I'm Isaiah, and we're here to talk with Mr. Thompson about the new security policies. I heard we have 22 new cameras around St. Francis. Why do we have those, and where are they located?
Well, 5 of them are cameras that we replaced that were not working from our that we had before. And the additional ones are to fill in gaps that we didn't have coverage throughout the building. We have a large building and it takes a lot of cameras to cover the entire building.
So why is there such a strict security policy to get into the building?
Well, I think that's just evolved with the things that have gone on in other schools throughout the country with the shootings and things. And Homeland Security has given some recommendations, and so it's evolved. Our elementaries have had this system already in place, and they've used it, and it's working really well.
Also this week, Mix It Up Day was Tuesday, and people participated by sitting at other tables. It was a different experience for some people.
Wednesday was Senior Day, and Jeremy and Matt attended to get a glimpse of what went on.
Senior Day is a day for any seniors, so whether you're planning on attending college or not, we have several different stations around the room where seniors can actually go into the computer lab and apply for college. They'll meet with their counselor to make sure they're ready for graduation. They can do college or career research, meet with military reps, whatever their interests are. And then once they're completed with all that, they'll be able to go to the celebration area, get their picture taken, have a snack, win prizes, so it's a fun day. Here's our computer lab where a lot of the seniors are actually in the process of completing their college applications. You'll see we have a lot of college volunteers helping out as well. Okay, here's our counseling area where you see students meeting with their counselors, waiting to check out, and completing our senior survey. Overall, I think we've had a great reaction to Senior Day. We've been asking students as they're leaving, do they feel it was worthwhile? And definitely most students really enjoyed it.
In club news, there was a new Dungeons and Dragons club at the school. John spoke to the members.
Well, a regular encounter can last like 1.5 hours, but doing an entire campaign with weekly sections can take more than several months. But doing all the way from level 1 to level 30 can take upwards of 2.5 years.
How many players are there per game?
There's usually like 4 to 6.
Would you recommend new players to D&D?
Totally. We ourselves barely know how to play, so it's a total adventure inside of an adventure because we're learning how to play.
It has a learning curve, like a falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
I've been playing D&D for several years.
He's like the only one that knows how to play.
Right. The version that we're playing is kind of just an introduction. 4.0 is more of what people do to get into the game rather than to play it seriously. So that's what we're doing now.
It's the hottest place to be on Wednesday nights.
McLean's room.
Yesterday, Student Council hosted the movie Hocus Pocus in the sewing room for Halloween.
In other news, the fall play, George Washington Slept Here, opens next Thursday. The price for admission will be $6 for students and $8 for adults. Elena Tufel spoke with the fall play cast for this week's 5 Minutes of Fame.
I play Madge Fuller, who is the daughter of the main characters, Newton and Annabelle. Opening night is next Thursday at 7 o'clock.
I play Hester, she's the maid.
How do you think the play is going?
I think it's going really well overall. We're still getting some of the lines down and some of the parts, But we've got most of it down. It's going pretty well. The set's coming really well together, and we're getting most of the tech done.
I think it's going pretty well. There's a lot of lines for people to memorize, so it's a little difficult, but I think the majority of it is pretty good, and the set is looking great. So I play Rena Leslie, a stuck-up actress.
Leggett is he's a teenage boy with somewhat proper manners.
I'm Miss Douglas. I just came to say welcome. I live in that little stone house just down the road.
Oh, this is very nice, Mrs. Douglas. Have a seat.
I believe they should see this show because it shows one big family struggle and how in the end they solve their problems.
Stay tuned for Random Question Thing, weather, and sports.
It's the random question thing. Ding.
What are you going to be for Halloween this year?
I'm going to be a sunflower.
For Halloween, I'm going to be an elf.
I'm going to be a ninja for Halloween.
I am going to be Forrest Gump.
So I'm going to be Black Flash.
I'm going to be the person who hands out the candy.
I'm going to be Buddy the Elf.
I'm going to be a football player.
We'll both be football players.
I'm going to be at the football game.
Hey Saints, we've got a chilly weekend ahead of us. Today the high is 41 with a low of 21 at night. Tomorrow there's a high of 44 and the low is at 30. And Sunday will be the warmest of all with the high of 51 and a low of 40. Have a great weekend, Saints.
Welcome back to another week of sports. I'm Lucas Phelps.
And I'm Brittany Coop.
Last week, the cross-country team had sections. The boys placed 12th and the girls placed 13th.
River went out to talk to her Rookie of the Week, Emily Daniels, as it was her first year in cross country.
My season went pretty well. I think from the beginning of the season to now, I've came a really long way. Yes, it is my first year in cross country, but I was in track for 2 years before this and decided to give cross country a try. My favorite meet was Buffalo, which was conference, and we went to Pizza Ranch afterwards. My first 2 JV meets, I got first and second, and my varsity meets, I came in the middle.
Ellie stood out because she did have actually a successful track season. She didn't earn the all-conference accolades in track like she did this fall, but she gained some confidence and actually gained a real passion for competing. And she really, this year towards the end, learned to push herself and kind of run beyond her comfort zone and her limits. So she saw some tremendous benefits from that. And being so new, she has a ton of opportunity for growth and continued success. So we're certainly excited for her to have a great track season and come back next year as a senior leader.
Thank you, River. Last Friday, the volleyball team took on Cambridge Isani in a sections game. They played hard but ended the season in a 3-0 loss.
Last Saturday, the football team traveled to Brainerd to take on the Warriors. They won 40-26, which advances them to the section playoff championship game.
I asked Coach Lindquist what football player he thought might be the athlete of the week. The name he brought up happened to be the guy who usually is sitting right next to me in the anchor chair.
The athlete of the week is Bo Blansky.
So here we are with Bo Blansky, who got chosen by Chris Lindquist, head varsity football coach, to be the athlete of the week. So Bo, what do you think contributed to your success?
We just had a great week of practice going into Brainerd. Got to watch a lot of film, came really prepared, and the whole team came ready to play.
Bo had a great game on Saturday. He had a key play in the second quarter, and that was an interception of the Brainerd quarterback, which kind of set up a 22-point second quarter for us. It was one of 4 interceptions on the day, and he was part of a really strong defensive team effort for our guys.
Thanks, Phelps.
No problem. The football team plays tonight at 7 in Bemidji.
Results from the game will be posted on our Facebook page.
Looking ahead, any boys in grade 9 through 12 interested in playing baseball in the spring need to attend a players meeting on Wednesday, November 5th at either 6:45 a.m. or 2:35 p.m. in the TPR room. If this does not work for you, see Coach Juleson.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.